Hello. I am Keishan, your human resource. I help people see the possibilities in what they think is impossible. I am disrupting HR, disrupting leadership, and disrupting you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa to you all. We are full force, full fledged in the holiday season, and we are wrapping up 2023 and embarking on a brand new year that we've never, ever experienced. What I'm realizing as I come and share is that there is never a day like the one we've not experienced. Meaning, we don't we can't predict the future. We can plan for it, and as we plan for our future, that's the best that we can do. Pray, write it down, share it with people, and hope that something happens. However, occasionally we may find ourselves operating as an imposter. Imposter. Are you an imposter or nah? Nah, that ain't me. I have been guilty. I have been guilty. And I was thinking about this as we vie, as we jockey, as we prepare and desire to get to the next level, whatever that looks like, whether it is the next level in our careers through a promotion or a new company, organization, or even embarking on a new endeavor, like quitting your job and writing a book. I speak from experience. I did quit my job. The book is written, more coming about that later. However, I was thinking about, have there been times in my life, in my career, where I have not been completely me, where I've done things in order to put myself in a good light. And there's two situations that I want to talk about. One just came to me as I was thinking of the right word to say. So there's two situations that I remember of others who were not completely forthcoming, were not honest about some things and let some things slide. And I've seen it throughout, but there's two specific situations that I recall. And again, I have more than 25 years in HR leadership, doing this media stuff. And so I've experienced some things, I've witnessed some things, I've seen some things. And one of the things that I want to share are the two situations. The first situation I remember, I was not too far into my career, but I worked at an organization and there was a company outing. They had tickets to the Whitecaps. If you're from West Michigan, it sounds familiar. You know what I'm talking about. And the entire organization went. HR, the entire department of HR went to the Whitecaps game. And this guy who was a little bit older than me, not much older than me, but I knew he was very eager and he was driven, and his desire was to get to the next level. And he had already reached a certain level in leadership in the HR department. However, I remember this one situation at the Whitecaps where he bought a beer. I mean, you go up and everybody, oh yeah, I'm going to go get a beer. And so this situation just came to me as he got the beer, he sat it down, and we took our families there. So it was a family friendly event. But he got the beer, sat it down next to his foot. And I don't know why I took notice of this situation, but I took notice. And I saw his foot slide over. And he would look down to see how close his foot was to his alcoholic beverage. And it took maybe, I don't know, a few minutes or so before he actually knocked it over. And why was that significant? Because I said all that to say this. In his desire to fit in with leadership and what everybody else was doing, he felt the need to buy a beer when clearly he was not a drinker. So he bought the beer, put it on the ground, and his foot accidentally knocked it over. People do things, where is it? Okay, to fit in. So I quit my job, imposter or nah. So that was one situation. So in that case, I think he was perpetrating the fraud, as we would say back in the day, perpetrating the fraud because he wanted the leadership team to believe that he drank like them. Another situation that came to me a little bit more recently is I was working at an organization, and in some organizations, when you do background checks, you're to clear somebody to be hired into the organization, you have to wait. There's a process, and before this can happen, then that has to happen. So in this particular situation, their information had not come back to complete the background check. And I was told by my leader, again, we're talking about people who are in leadership, imposter or not. So she said, well, just fudge it. And I'm like, just fudge what? You want me to put my name on documentation that I can't verify because I don't have the information? Well, if they said it happened, then it happened. And I'm thinking, I don't know these people from the man on the moon or can of paint, as people would say. Why would I willingly sign my name to something that I had not confirmed had been done or verified had been completed? And I was told to just fudge it. So, have there been times in your career where you have exaggerated your resume? Or if you're in an interview, you exaggerated some of your responsibilities? Have you ever been even in a relationship and lied about some part of the relationship or lied about something that happened or didn't happen? In essence, we're talking about whether or not you were being truly who you are. Were you being authentically you, or were you being an imposter for the purpose of some gain? Whether it was gain within your ability to be promoted, gain in getting a new job, gain in somebody looking differently at you or considering you for maybe an opportunity, but you said that you had something that you really didn't possess. People do it all the time. The question is, do you? And if so, what are the reasons why it is justifiable for you to be an imposter? Because you're not really being who you are. So it's just a challenge. I am challenging you as I am challenging me, because I want to be authentic about who I am, what I represent, who I represent. And ultimately, when it's all said and done and we're no longer here, we have to give an account to God. So we may think we are getting over in a sense. And that's not to say that you should not get to the next level. Get to the next level. Get to that promotion, to that job or that business deal that you want to get to. Do it with integrity. Do it with truthfulness, and do it with authenticity. Because when you get there, what they see is what they'll get. Even with my hair, I'll go back to the situation with my hair. This is who God created me to be. And it took me a minute to embrace it because of the perception that others would have about how God designed my hair. And so when I did the big chop, and I saw who I really was. I was like, oh, wow, I like her. I like her. I like me. Do you like me? Because I like me. That's a song by Kirk Franklin, y'all. It's a song by Kirk Franklin. But a lot of people don't like themselves, so they have to be somebody else, or they have to pretend to be something that they're not. They have to lie about who they are because they want to be accepted. You've done it as children, and we grow up and do it as adults. The difference is, as we become adults, we should embrace who we are. And if we do have flaws, because we all have flaws, but if there is an area that you want to improve, then you simply make the change. I hope this was thought provoking. My goal is always to provoke some thoughts, cause a bit of a stir, because I am a disruptor. But I hope you found value in this. Again, my name is Keishan. I am your human resource. I help people see the possibilities in what they think is impossible. I am disrupting HR. I am disrupting leadership. And I hope that this disrupted you. Remember to like, share, comment your thoughts. I would love to hear them. Until next time, take care. God bless.